morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys? Hope you're all well. Um, I've been tagged again by Gary at Allotment Venture TV. If you don't know anything about Gary, check the link out below and check out his channel. He's just started, well, he's had allotment for ages, but he's just taken on 2 new plots and he's going to drop the 3rd plot next year. But yeah, go and check him out. Brilliant. So this tag, it's a gardening disaster tag. Talking about your garden disasters. So here goes. My gardening disasters. Well, there's only 2 really, which I can't really call disasters because there's no disasters in growing, really, is there? Because unless you give up, that's a disaster. If you keep going, there's always next year. That's what you got to think. My old man used to say to me, God rest his soul, you can't mess up in life, son. You've only give yourself an opportunity to make it better. So as long as you keep moving forward and never give up, you haven't failed. Because you don't fail until you give up. So there's no gardening disasters until you give up. And if we're not going to give up, we can't really call it a garden disaster. But here goes. I cannot grow leeks. Or at the moment, I can't grow leeks. The last 2 years, I can sow them fine. And they come up. And I wait until they're about 9 inches tall, really thin, straight up in the air, like, chives, thinner though, like a pencil. And then, so I then transplant them into pots, till they're a bit bigger, a bit smaller than a pencil. And then put them into my soil and they can grow pretty well. And then all of a sudden, they just die off. They rot off. And I know what it is. It's allium leaf miner. I don't know how to stop it. The last 2 years, I've grown them in different places, but they just rot. And you open them up, and there's all, So I've just pulled them. There's nothing more you can do. But I've grown them again this year. So at the end of the day, there's only an opportunity for me to make it work. So it's only a disaster for that year because I'm growing them again, and I will always try and grow them, and I will never stop trying to grow them until I get it right, because I always remember in the back of my head what my old man said to me. It's always there. So and my other garden, I would say fault, not a disaster, is myself, because I get stuff in my head and I want it done straight away. So since I've been growing for 3 years, since 2015, well, 15, 16, 17, season 15, 16, 17. This is my 4th season, but I've been growing for 3 years. I want it done straight away. If I want, so I designed my garden, and my mates come up, and they was building it, and when I wanted a pond, I have it up. I need it up. I cut corners to get it up. So, and then I've altered my garden 4 times. This is the 4th time I've altered the garden in 3 years. But I'm sure this is now the way we've done it now. This is going to work. So and I've had, like I say, the pond is where I've got an in-ground pond now, where I've always had raised ponds. So this is my 3rd pond that I had to dig and build. They've moved my shed 4 times. They've built numerous different style of beds. We've had raised beds, and we've had to fill them right up from the base. Then we've had raised beds on stilts. We've had just, edging the bed on the floor, and it's not really a raised bed. It's just, I call it edging the beds. And then we've had thin raised beds, we've had big fat raised beds, we've had square beds. But now I think the ones I've got at the moment, I think, are much better. They're low down raised beds, but they're on stilts. So yeah. But though they are my garden disasters, that's leaks and myself. So I've got to nominate some other channels. Right. It says I've got to nominate 5 channels. But as we are so close to the busy season. So I am not going to nominate anybody. I am going to open this channel up to everybody. Everybody who grows something in a pot, on a windowsill, in a raised bed, in a planter, in the ground, on an allotment, in a garden, on a skyscraper roof, on a balcony. Anybody who, even people who hasn't got channels, can answer this question. Their gardening disaster. If you haven't got a channel and you just watch them and you garden, this might be the first video you take up on. So it's an open challenge. That just means because I know what will happen. People are busy. I nominate someone and they'll go, well, I know, they'll feel obligated. I don't know. It's an obligation. This is just an open challenge to make a video while you've got a bit of downtime. If you're still under snow, or this is not the beginning of your season, because in where we are, it's the beginning of my season really now. I've got to, really busy at the moment. So it's an open challenge. If you're still under snow and you can't get out in your garden, do this tag. And let's grow our community as well as our veg. Cheers for now. Thanks very much.